calling this the Our Take Raiders Roundtable Mashup because we got some of the ladies and some of the men here tonight, and we're going to talk about the Raiders. Hoi. Hold on. I'm already getting flustered.
I'm already getting all hot because I'm like,
flustered.
I am.
You know what the drinking?
Oh! I'll be back. You want me?
I'm already spilling.
We're going to have to take over the team here.
Okay. Hold on. We got to bring in Omar. Omar, you take it away. That's how we feeling right now. That's how we feeling. What up, Omar? BRB!
I can't believe they fumbled already. I'm like, man, wait a minute. We had a turnover like in 30 seconds into the show. We have a turnover. Wow. I guess after these last two games, that's kind of, on par. I mean, we're right there with our team, seeing that. I'm just going to go back just for a minute and talk about last week.
Trying to pick up the ball after two fumbles.
Right? Last week, 3 interceptions. This week, Renfro, out of all people, 2 fumbles. I mean, and then one, of course, ended the game for us. And now we got Spicy fumbling. I don't even know what to say about that. It's just bad.
We're working on it. We're working on it. In the meantime, Raider Roll. Can you recover that fumble for a girl?
What's that, Raider Nation?
Wow. What's up, Rosie? How are you?
I'm good. My apologies for the dogs in the background. They mad about the game yesterday, too.
Right? Hey, everybody is upset. Everybody. Pups and all, man. I mean,
like you were saying, Renfro, of all people, what happened?
Right? I mean, I was shocked. I mean, sometimes, I see some bad throws from Carr, and I'm just kind of like, okay. I was shocked when Renfro spit up the ball. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, third and Renfro is the man's name. I mean, he's got, that kid was born with stickum on his fingers. I mean, so I was blown away at that event. But there's so much blame for yesterday. I mean, the top of my list, and I think everybody's list, is Coach McDaniels. I think, man, these guys in the second half come out and they play in the read option, and that was it. Hey, are you guys ready to go? You guys cleaned up? You ready to jump in here? I was about to start my bitch session and just start, grinding away at it.
What's a drinking game anyway? Oh, no. It should be like more of an emotion. Every time you feel mad as hell, drink.
Mad as hell.
Mad as hell. Wait. Fumble. I mean, there's so many words.
Yeah.
Stalled offense. Hell. McDaniels. Hell, how
That's
about the word
another
offense?
good one.
I mean, I can't. There's just way too many words that drink up. My word of the day is
come to YouTube, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We covered, but we probably still gonna lose.
I don't know if we're gonna get that thing. Oh, there it is.
Woo! I'm gonna throw questions out there. Let's chat. We're gonna have call-ins tonight. Hell, I might even throw the link in. This is a venting session. I'm only gonna charge y'all $200 an hour for this therapy session. I think we should put the link in the phone number right now.
Do it.
We're your support system. We are your support. So where should we start? I mean, okay, we're all gonna blame Derek Carr because
no. Let's start with McDaniels.
We're gonna start. We
right
can
from the top.
Coach, let's start from the top up. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, top up. I like that, Raider Rosie. Can you tell us, girl?
Baby Davis.
Well, we can talk about Baby Davis. His decision to get McDaniels. We can take it all the way back there. Because if you look at his track record, his history, come on, he didn't do very much in Denver. He was a good offensive coordinator. But what did he do?
I'm not going to lie. People were against it, but I wanted Harbaugh. But I gotta say, I bought into McDaniels. I did, but I did.
As we all did.
I did.
As we all did. We would have did well with Rich, which coach
Versace.
I'm gonna be this show's gonna be chaotic, just so you know. It's gonna be super chaotic. And I just want to cut out these excuses right now. We got a really tough schedule. What does that have to do with blowing a 20-0 lead? Absolutely nothing. Bye with that excuse. Next. You were saying,
I mean, hey, let's just say though, tough schedule, yes, but the Cardinals was probably one of the easiest matchups we had.
20-0.
It's too early for a tough schedule.
20-0.
0-2.
They got what was the final score? 29-23, right? So they got outscored 29-3
in the second half.
No, in the second half.
Much.
Yeah,
pretty much,
in
including
the
overtime. Yeah,
right.
Our offense stalled. That's why I gotta. But you know what? Before I even talk about this game, here's where I start blaming McDaniels. Even last week, when I looked at that team against San Diego, I said, wow, it looks like our first stringers should have been playing during preseason. They look like they needed more reps. They don't look like they're deep into the playbook as everybody probably thought when we didn't see them in the preseason. I know I was thinking that. I was thinking, oh shit, our number ones must got it down pat. They don't even need to get out here on the field. Well, I'm going to say that's obviously not the truth. Obviously, these guys needed those reps. At least, hell, if they would have got at least one quarter in on every preseason game, we fortunately had 4 preseason games when everybody else had 3. And that could have been at least 4 quarters that our number ones could have been playing if they would have played 1 quarter a game.
And chatter out loud, because I was out on, just roaming around the game, and that was the chatter. Why didn't we try our guys out? We can't just put them out there and expect them to do it and not really have the feel. Put them out there for a second. Just touch that grass. That's what I was hearing the buzz out.
Yeah, a couple reps at least. Because what? A new head coach, a new wide receiver, a new scheme,
new system, new offensive system.
Yeah, they should have taken a few. But even then, I don't even know where to start. My head hurts. Breathe.
She doesn't have her Beyonce fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where's my Beyonce fan? Hold on. BRB again.
We don't have one here.
No, we do. Anyway, you were saying, Omar?
I mean, if you look at, like I say, I mean, pick a game. Okay, it was different symptoms because three interceptions in game 1. But how many bad throws in the end zone did we see against San Diego? This game, we saw a stalled offense that they could not keep a drive going in the second half. I mean, I was hearing some people like, oh, our defense. Well, no, if our offense would have had our defense sitting on the bench, sustained a drive in the second half, short of that one where we got the 3 points, we win that game. I mean, it's just that simple. So how come, and here's one thing we've all seen that I've been so angry about, and I'm sure everybody in the chat's been angry about. How come other teams can go in at halftime and come out with some shit? They come out with some shit and we don't. Why? What are they doing in the freaking locker room that we're not? I want my team to come out with some badass shit in the second half, and I don't remember a game hardly where they have done that. Where all of a sudden we come out and we banging like it's going out of style in the second half. No. We come and stink it up.
I really want to hear what that other coach had told the guys in the locker room. What was that talk that said, get you out there and just do it? You can do it. I want to know what that was. What do you call that when you go into coaching? Pep talk.
I mean, not even a pep talk. Let's just look at what the Arizona did. They came out. I mean, them motherfuckers. Excuse me, you two.
Okay,
that's also a drinking word.
Penalty flag. Oh wait, hold on. I cursed. I need a drink. Hold on.
That kind of night.
Arizona came out and they did some wildcat. They went into read option. They had our defense a little flat-footed, but that's where our offense should have just said, "Oh hell no, let's light them up." I mean, Jacobs was having some good runs. Why did we go away from it? We should have been running all over them in the second half. We should have had Zeus running. We should have been.
What happened? Do you think they just got too comfortable? Like they think they had it, and so let's just chill a little bit, and then.
Well, I'm gonna think rationally for one moment and say if they would have had more, because I'm gonna go back to bitching and I probably won't make no sense out of this.
We do that.
If they would have played more in the preseason, maybe they got deeper into the playbook and had more options that they could have called some different plays. But because they didn't and maybe were not into the McDaniels offensive system that deep, they had to kind of stick with what they had. Now, that's just kind of my outside looking in, kind of, well, what would be the rational thing? Or McDaniels just kind of sucked and had no answer for what he was seeing that the defense was showing him, that the Arizona defense was showing him. So those are my rational thoughts. But other than that, I'm just like, dude, does McDaniels suck? Does McDaniels suck? Let's just talk about it. We know what he did in Denver. Does he suck this bad, y'all? Are we going to see more of this?
Yeah, we are. The season's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I'm going to go in denial. I'm not ready to even remotely say that yet. You know what I mean? I got to be optimistic. I'll ask the question of, does McDaniels suck that bad, or is it more rational that, okay, his playbook?
Let me know. Carr said something about we played like crap, but we're not crappy. Something like that. So
what?
Yes, we played like crap, but we're not crappy.
I mean,
okay. Since you brought up Carr,
like
hold on. This is tell me.
I'm done.
Okay.
Go ahead.
9 years in. 9 years in. This guy is already past his prime. We've got the AFC has some of the best quarterbacks in the league, and not only in the conference but in the division. You got Pat Mahomes, you got Justin Herbert, you got Josh Allen, which I think the Bills are probably going to make a run for the Super Bowl.
Oh, y'all see the score tonight.
Like, come on, man. They're trying to say, this is okay. We can go back and forth on the Carr thing all day long, but this is an effing mess. It's a mess.
I have to agree. Right now, it is a mess. And one thing that, I talked about McDaniels. I think he is giving us more questions than answers about who he is as a head coach. We still, like I say, I haven't seen enough out of the system yet. I mean, you got to think, Arizona took away Adams, if you notice in this game. But, hey, we were hitting other folks pretty well, and the run game was going. Okay, that's going to happen. You know what I mean? But here's the perfect play. Adams was one-on-one with Budda Baker, and the ball was not catchable at all. It basically was damn near thrown to Budda Baker, where it should have been thrown to Adams in stride. I mean, Adams would have been gone. I looked at that one play, and I'm like, that was my one play. Like, there were several plays where I was yelling at Carr against San Diego, but that was my one play that I just lost it. Like, are you kidding? Adams just paid $500,000 for a damn family to see him play, and you gonna just ruin that? I was like, he would have caught that ball. He would have been I think he would have been in the goddamn suite with his family after that touchdown he would have ran.
Wow.
I'm serious.
I don't know yet. Devontae Adams paid $500,000 to get a suite, so that's money back.
Is that right?
No, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just like, I was in pain on that throw right there. I'm like, what? Because they were doing a good job of taking Adams out of the game, but that was the play right there. That was that one play that Adams should have took that one home. He should have took that to the suite, gave his grandma that ball. Like, here you go. And it was all on Carr. Bad throw.
Bruce Davis.
I'm like,
right there with he said the coach we had last year deserved to be I can't even read that part.
Okay, then don't.
Okay, then don't. And says should deserve to be part of the coaching team.
Bisaccia? Are we talking about Bisaccia again?
I think so.
We're talking about Bisaccia, huh? Yeah,
okay,
man. You know. I mean, I am not ready to give up on this team. I'm upset. I'm fussy. We 0-2. I'm not ready to say that by far. I think we got some good football in us. You know, Adams was like, hey, the process. He still believes in the process. So I'm like, okay, that's
my
great.
God. Okay, hold on. He's been making too long with that bullshit.
No, he didn't. Wait. He didn't say it's on me. He didn't say it's on me.
Trust the process, spicy girl.
He didn't say it's on me. He just said, he believes in the process, and he's not gonna let these 2 losses. He's saying all the right stuff. That says, hey, we got to clean up a few things. I think McDaniel said, wait. Now the quote of quotes that should have never been said is McDaniel said, we got to learn how to win. You're at the pro level. If you haven't learned how to win, what in the... I almost choked. I was like, what? I'm like, maybe I read this wrong. Did I read that wrong? If anybody read that and they read it differently, let me know, because I'm like, we got to learn how to win. Wait, first you said we got to learn how not to lose. Now you got to... I'm just like, okay, now McDaniels, you need to just stay away from the podium. You need a PR person to just be like, well, we, just stick to some plays. We could have done better on this play, and walk away, because we need to learn how to win. I'm sorry, at the pro level, making millions of dollars, you already know how to win. It's all about now demonstrating your knowledge of how to win. And yeah, man, I was done. I didn't. Yeah, that one had me all messed up. I need a drink again just thinking about that.
All right, let's read some comments. Let's see, because that was only like 15 minutes. We just getting started. We all haven't even said the 45 other things we want to say. We'll try to. We'll give. I know there's frustration. We're gonna put the call line in and let you all rap with us. Oh, more.
Holla at us.
Listen, I love y'all. I'm just going to read your comments. Look like last play was a helmet-to-helmet hit. Look, we can nitpick the refs and all the this and that. You can't blow a 20-0 lead. I'm tired of giving these Raiders excuses, okay? I'm over it. Win a game. Just win, baby. Come on. Jesus, I'm over it. Salute Nation, we gonna be alright. Turnovers killed us both games. By the way, no, we not gonna be alright. We not alright, okay?
Hey, he's keeping the faith. JB, keep the faith, man. I ain't ready to give up on us either, dog. I'm just mad.
No more.
I'm just mad. I'm gonna vent and talk some shit, but I ain't giving up yet. Hey, call me in the morning. I'll be like, we winning in Tennessee. We about to do this. You wait.
They better win. Both teams 0-2. Both teams are 0-2. You come out of that 0-3. You coming out 0-3, then it's a motherfucking Rafa show. You know what I'm saying? That final pass to Renfro was underthrown. He did well to catch the ball as he got immediately hit and didn't have time to secure the ball before he was hit. Okay, I agree that I can't remember which drive. It was in overtime, and the Raiders were going this way towards the black hole. Carr threw the ball into the ground like 3 straight times, 3 terrible throws. Terrible learn to throw balls. That's it.
But not that when he was speaking.
Like at Raider G, only 3 points in the second half.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yes. That killed us. That killed us. That's squarely on McDaniel.
And we're talking about this guy's supposed to be a top 10 quarterback, and you cannot pull that off. Kyler Murray was running all around, zigzagging, bobbing and weaving, freaking
right? I thought he was
shit. Like,
wait.
I was impressed.
Hey, wait, and then we had pressure coming from 2 linemen. And that 1 2-point conversion. Like I say, I still blame the offense for the stall in the second half, but that damn play call where they're going for the 2-point conversion and we got 2 300-plus-pound men trying to chase down Kyler Murray, who looked like he out here running a 3.40 and shit. I'm like, I'm sitting there like, what am I watching right now?
Really?
It looked like street ball. I'm like, that looked like football. I thought I was a lineman out here chasing after Kyler or something. I'm like, that looks like my fat ass out here trying to get a sack.
Basketball and football.
All of a sudden, Kyler Murphy's hair's flowing in the wind and shit.
I'm like,
Oh
man,
my gosh, I can't.
that was just that was an
Derek Carr,
offensive play.
second half, 12 attempts, 4 completions for 24 yards. Is that for real? Oh, take that. Nobody, forget about that. You never want to hear speak of that ever again.
Wait. But to that point, though, I'm going to say that is more McDaniels. How can you not dial up plays for Adams, Waller, Renfro, Hollins?
Come on now.
Even a running back can catch. You know what I mean? Like, how can you not dial up plays that frees somebody up to keep that offense going? We got way too many weapons for the vanilla plays we saw in the second half. That's why I'm like, yeah, there is one play I do firmly blame Carr, because that's your arm throwing to a guy. And McDaniels can't do that for you. But what he can do is put you in situations where lots of those guys are now open, because he's creating great matchups for you to pick and choose where you're throwing. And we didn't see a lot of good matchups like with our offense against that defense in the second half. And we should have. We should never with all these weapons stall like that. Yeah,
never.
I don't care who the defense is.
It was a mess. The defense was on the field for like 9 minutes in the fourth quarter, and then they lose the coin toss and have to go right back.
Right. That's what I'm saying. People were mad at our defense, saying, "Oh, they can't stop them." No, our defense should have been on the bench.
Yes,
our offense should have been marching.
The defense should have been in the locker room. The game should have been over.
Yes. I'm like, and like I said,
I know. What's that drinking game?
The drinking game is whenever you feel mad as hell, you drink.
I'm mad as hell.
What are you mad about, Mother Moon?
I am so mad. Okay, so I met this woman down on the where I even ended up, and we were like hitting each other. We were mad because the other quarterback was just running like it was track. It's like zigging and zagging, like you said. That's what I'm mad about. We can't stop him. Because we're tired.
And I think somebody was mentioning in the chats that the line played decent. I mean, Carr got sacked once, but I don't remember. I mean, Carr danced around. I was like, wow, he's got time, and still nothing was cracking. I'm like, you can't blame the line this game. I mean, it was hard.
And by the way, I get the point of the quarterback slide, but Derek Carr be sliding 5 yards before there's a defender even near his ass.
I just think we got too many weapons, and there's too many plays that McDaniels can call that could get the ball out quick. There's plays that we could set up to get any throw, short, intermediate, deep.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were giving us a lot of short passes, and we took it. We nickeled and dimed in the depth in the first half. They took that back. All right, go deep then. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't understand that, okay, you saw what they were giving us, and we took it in the first half. You saw what they were giving us in the second half, but we couldn't take it? Come on.
We're tired. We were tired at that point.
Come on.
Tired.
It was a mess. Death says, I blame Hunter and the coaches. I mean, yeah, Hunter had those 2 fumbles. I don't blame him for that, though, because they shouldn't even been at the point in overtime to get fumbles. That game should have been a wrap. A wrap. And this is another thing. Okay, we can pick on Carr and McDaniels and this and that. And there's a new coach, but it's a consistent thing. The Raiders do not know how to manage the clock. Like, how can they not figure that out already? And it's always a different coaching staff, too. So, what the F?
Nobody has answers for you. And we just don't
crickets,
have an
answer. Crickets.
We don't know. Okay.
Whatever. I'm tired of this nonsense, and I'll see you at next week's game.
Right? Right? It's such an abusive relationship. Like, they've not been good. They've not been good to me, but here, take my money. I'll see you next week.
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way.
You're shitty. I'm on my way.
Hey, and Tennessee's a wounded lion right now. They got stomped, 40-something to 7 tonight. So, you know, they're desperate for a win come Sunday. You know,
they're desperate for a win. We desperate for a win.
We should be more than desperate for a win.
No, the team.
See.
Okay, Omar, I know you're optimistic. I'm going to change your name to Optimistic Omar.
Oh, hey, I'm with it. Sounds good.
Yes,
I like it. No, it's great.
I love it.
But if the Raiders lose this weekend, then is it a wrap?
Tell me, people, is it a wrap?
Why you gonna? Is it a wrap? Nah, we gotta go like 0-5 or something, and then I might say that. Because then I'm 0-3, I'm be like, we gonna win everything else. You watch, it's gonna turn around. I still got room to. I got still room to hope. You know what I mean? I'm gonna shorten my name to Op-O, and then, and then I'm gonna talk about how we can get it. Oh, all we gotta do is this one little tweak. You know, you watch.
Right.
I'll be. Give me till like next Thursday if we lose. I'll find something.
All right, so let me circle back. I know we started like 5 minutes late, so we 25 minutes into this. But Raider Rosie, before we got off on our tangents and our fumbles, you said start at the top, and then we never went any further. So you can continue. You want to continue?
No, we did. We hit the top, and then we hit the quarterback. I mean, but we can talk about his offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? He brought his shitty team with him. Oh, my bad. Was I not supposed to say that on YouTube?
No,
you can no. We keep it
tonight.
nice tonight. We frustrated here. With the episode, why don't we just take
it starts with May.
It starts with May.
And
I'm gonna go watch some film.
I'm gonna learn the film. I'll do better next week.
I'm kind of afraid to put the call chat line up. Should we put the chat
line
up?
Put the chat line up.
Hey, look, I mean, Jamie got us going 0-5. I'm like, come on, man, don't say that. He hurt my feelings right now.
I know when we watch the film, it would be a theme. He said, I don't know what the theme is. The theme of watching us lose.
Listen.
What's the theme? Okay.
I don't know. There's too many excuses. Okay, the O-line sucks, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Carr can't throw a pass. You know what it is? I'm going to tell you the problem right now, and then we never have to discuss this ever again, because this is why this is the problem. When you work for a shitty organization, if we really want to start from the mother effing top, that's why the Raiders suck and are losers. And you can tell me that I'm a hater, but look at the record. When you have a losing record, by definition, you are losers. So don't come at me like I'm hating on them. Facts are facts. When you have a winning record, you're a winner, okay? The Raiders are not that, and that is just a fact, so don't come at me.
Didn't we see a bumper sticker that just
said... Wait. All I got to say is last season we had a winning record.
Okay, but I'm getting at the bigger picture.
I had to say that. Like, hey, there's my 2 cents.
And to his point,
decades. Okay.
To your point, Omar, we came back from a shitty season. Yeah. We had a lot going on, and to come back and make it to the playoffs, I mean, we're not. We suck. But we're not.
And not in defense.
Wait. Let me finish what the overall problem is before we pick Carr and McDaniels and the whole thing. Okay, when you come from a shitty organization and it starts from the top, and they overchange your coach year after year after year, and your general manager year after year after year, and even your city, how are you going to figure out how to play as a team and win games? It's impossible. And it's shown to be impossible. And that's why they aren't a good quality organization. You can look to the Steelers or something like that, right? Very successful. They don't do that kind of shit.
Well, but look at the Rams. They changed city. The Rams changed city and won a Super Bowl. I mean, and you got to think too, though. You got to think about how many other organizations have losing records, haven't won Super Bowls, and they go through it too. You know what I mean? So you got to think, how many Detroit, the Browns, Atlanta, come on, help me out here. How many teams have had a lot of bad seasons and not a lot of championships? There's a lot more than just the Raiders.
We shouldn't be comparing ourselves to the worst. We should be comparing ourselves to the best, especially when
I agree with that. I guess I'm more speaking to how hard it is to be a good team in the NFL. I am not defending the Raiders against what you're saying. I'm just trying to say that, hey, it ain't easy winning in the NFL. If it was, everybody be doing it.
Everybody.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. But I hear you. But I just wanted to kind of, make kind of a statement that does say it's hard. It is extremely hard. And yes, continuity helps. But you can't have continuity if you don't have a good coach. Steelers have done a great job. I mean, they've only had, 4 coaches in 50 years? Something like that. I mean, but they've all been good coaches. Let's say they picked a shitty coach. I don't think those numbers will be the same. So, I guess our leadership just aren't that great at picking coaches.
Our leadership's not that great at picking coaches. Our leadership is not that great in drafting. Our leadership is not that great in leading.
True that. Can't argue with those facts because we got a lot of bad picks.
To Moon's point, can we get Steinbrenner over here from the Yankees? He can fire all them mother effers by now. You're not gonna tolerate this nonsense. Shoot.
True that. But now, only thing I am going to say though, if we look at our team down southwest of us, they've had 2. I mean, they had Phillip Rivers, still couldn't win a championship. He was a good quarterback. They had LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean, they had a good team for a long time, still couldn't get the ring. That's how hard it is. So that's just some of the things I just want to keep in mind.
We don't need, well, we do need a ring, but we just want a W right now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Don't say that.
I would just be happy. I know you're gonna say last year. Okay, one, a couple years. It's been 3 times in the playoffs in 20 years. At this point, I would just like to be able to be in the running for it. Okay, we're this early in.
We're 2 games down. We have a chance still. I think they say if you lose your first 2 games, I think they say you got about 11% chance to make it to the playoffs. I think it's something like that. I'll take it. I'm gonna take that 11%.
Wow.
I'm gonna take that.
I know.
Can you be my life coach?
I got you. I got you, family.
He gonna take that 11%. Flip it.
If you need any of this, free of charge, man, hit me up. I'll be like, you can do it. I'll be like, you can do it.
Chance of succeeding. I'm calling you, boo.
No matter what you're dealing with, I'll be like, you can do it, Spicy. I got you.
I love it.
Oh,
that's how I roll. It might come out angrier though, especially like the coach in my head. I filter everything out in this positive thing, but I swear to God, in my head, it's a fucking drill sergeant in there yelling. He's yelling positive shit, but it don't sound positive.
My goodness.
Oh man.
All right, I'm gonna be brave, and I'm gonna put a number up. I'm gonna be brave.
Yes. Let's get some calls in. I know these guys got a lot to say.
Our therapy session, come on in.
Hey, or tell me to shut up. Whatever. Hey, agree with me. Disagree with me.
Spicy charges $200. Omar's free. Who you want to talk to?
It's all good. We all mad about it.
You charge $200 for
therapy session. Oh, I meant all of us.
Oh, okay. So you get all of us.
Yeah.
It's the Raider Nation peer counseling session.
Yes.
Put it up. Are we good? Oh, where's the phone?
Well, I'm just gonna say it again. Because people pop in and out of the chat. Listen, Derek Carr. Okay, it's a wrap on him already. It's a wrap. There's cap space. He has guaranteed money through this year. He doesn't have. I don't know any of the numbers by heart, of course, but honestly, it's time to cut the losses, in my opinion. When you're going to be 10 years in and you've got 2 playoff games that you've taken the team to the playoffs twice with 0 wins, after a decade, okay? When you have guys that are excelling after 2-3 years, you got how many years has Patrick Mahomes been in the league? Already Super Bowl champion. Justin Herbert, how many years he been in the league? Already in a playoff run. These guys are hungrier. They have a better will to win. Then you look at Josh Allen. Who else is in the AFC? Omar, quarterback wise, just in the AFC. Look, Aaron Rodgers' old ass without Devontae Adams has a better record.
So Carr said the second half, just do it right all the time. It takes years. It takes time. Well, dude, your time's almost up. I mean, let's.
But I think that's going to be the conversation now with Devontae Adams there. I think that's the expectation for Carr. It's like, if you don't do it now, you're not going to do it, and everybody will hold the door open for you. So I do believe that, and I think I'm sure that's a conversation that has been had inside that building, and I'm sure Carr even knows it.
I kind of agree, but I just don't think they're going to get rid of him. I really don't. I get he has an opt-out in his contract. I just really think that they're going to just stick with him. First of all, Baby Davis doesn't have to think, which I'm not sure he's capable of doing. So then he just stays on the roster. I know, tonight's like crazy. This should be the late night show or something. No, I'm on one tonight.
Yeah, you are. So someone's asking, who do you think should be the quarterback?
Who do I thought they should have drafted Herbert. And I thought they were going to draft Herbert. Okay. I even started watching college football and started watching him play because I actually thought they were going to draft him. And I think he's a better quarterback for this reason. Mindset. Herbert, I think, was pissed off that he got knocked out of the playoffs and eliminated by the Raiders and came back with a vengeance and a chip on his shoulder. And I don't think Carr's capable of doing that.
Well, I don't think that has that much to do with Herbert as it does with them getting Mac, because Mac had 3 sacks that game.
Hold on. Well, don't even get me started on the Khalil Mack trade, because that should have never happened either. Because
I'm with you on that one.
Translated into nothing. So Mac, in my opinion, should still be on the Raiders.
Yeah. Now, even though I don't think that our defense cost us the game yesterday, I have to say, I would have loved to see Jones get a sack. I saw Jones kind of disappear yesterday, and you know what I mean? I'm not trying to compare him to Ngakoue or definitely not Mac, because we know Jones has got his own resume. He's done a lot of good things, but I'm just saying it hasn't shown up in the last 2 games yet, and I hope it shows up next week. I'm like, come on, Jones, show us that we haven't lost anything, trading Ngakoue and signing you. So that's about all I'll say about that.
We have the phone number up if you want to call in, 510-394-4409 if you want to call. And I actually even threw in the StreamYard link, so if you want to join the chat and you're not camera shy, you can do that as well. Come and vent with us. We all need, it's a release. It's a release. By the way, people going to say I'm a hater. Whatever. Guess what? If you're not mad as hell today, drink, then you're not a fan. You should be mad as hell. Drink.
Yes.
Yes. And we still practicing work stuff, so hold on.
Definitely.
If you are a member, you can see that.
I mean, the last 2 weeks, I'm sorry. People say yesterday was painful, but I'm sorry. Week 1 was painful. 3 picks. I saw so many passes that were missed in the end zone. So I'm sorry. I watched 2 painful games. I know yesterday seemed more painful to others, but I'm sorry. Week 1 and week 2 were almost equally painful for me.
Actually, I agree, but I agree, yes. But I actually thought week 1 was more painful because I thought stealing an away home game would have been against a division team would have been way more valuable. So I was actually more mad as hell, about that game than this one.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, they both hurt. They both hurt. I mean, week 1, we gave that game away. No, I'm going to say we gave both games away. I mean, as many mistakes as was made in week 1, and we lost only by 5 points. Once again, one of those throws into the end zone gets caught. We win that game. Our offense don't stall. So I'm like, so we got 2 weeks where my blame firmly goes to McDaniels and the offense, and it still all started by our ones not playing in the preseason. And it shows.
I mean, fair enough. Again, if you want to call in, there's a number 510-394-4409, and I put the link in the StreamYard chat or I put the link to StreamYard in the chat. Well, I'm trying to fumble again.
Fumble.
I can't even get it right.
Chief Rock one said the Raiders are getting paid by the mob to throw the season. Damn. Hey, that's so funny that he said that. 'Cause, hey, I had a friend who had already said he said it the other way. He was like, oh, the fix is in. Since the Raiders got a new stadium, they going to win and get a Super Bowl. I'm like, we ain't even played the game yet. You already got an excuse that they going to cheat to help us win. Now I hear that we cheating to lose. I'm like, damn it.
Oh my God. Manly Bay Area Raider, the number is on the screen. 510-394-4409. If it's not working, let me know. Maybe our Google account expired. I don't know. Sure, we fumbled that too. We par for course. We followed the lead here.
Manny's saying, what's the phone number? Manny, that number not working?
No, you want to test it? We haven't done a call-in show in a while, so maybe a fumble.
We didn't work this out in preseason, huh? I see a pattern. We fumbled early in the game, and we fumbled. I'm like, I see a pattern here.
We didn't watch the film.
The film, not the film.
It's on May. We got to learn how to win. Y'all.
Oh, it totally works. So, so now, Manny, now I got to throw the fumble back on you because now you effing stuff up because you can't read the play.
He said he got it. He says he got it.
Oh, he got it now. Okay, he got it. Okay, all good.
Come holler at us, Manny. Sure. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Manny.
We sitting here. Because let's be honest, we're just here talking about it.
Having fun.
Yeah, having fun. We're hanging out. All Raiders fans have been talking about this for 2 days. So just talk about it with us. It's all love. We all Raiders fans. We all gonna be Raiders fans. We trying to spit the truth. We trying to make some jokes. Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, all good.
Because the Raiders sure don't.
Wait, talking about seriously, did you guys read that a fan slapped Kyler Murray?
That was a team.
Did you read that shit? I was like, what?
Okay, so, I was like, okay, good. And Shanana, I don't know which way Shanana had a few things to say about
back.
that.
She back. She back. Oh, okay. Take it, Shanana. Raider Rosie.
Did you see the clips? He slapped the dog piss out of him.
I was like, man, that ain't right. I know you mad, but come on, man.
Why would you do that?
We Raider fans. We Raider Nation.
Okay,
we don't do no that shit.
So
that ain't classy.
Not at all.
I was there. I didn't see that, but when it all went down, so it kind of reminded me, because I'm gonna spit it because people were giving Oakland Raiders fans a bad name at the last game of the season in Oakland.
Yes.
Because they were throwing stuff on the field.
Yes.
It happened was it yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday was
yesterday. Seemed like a week ago. It happened yesterday. They got booed.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
They got booed. There were bottles from the Win Club that are supposed to be classy because they want to keep us riff-raff out
of there.
Bottles from the Win Club being swung. I saw it onto the field. Plates. They want to say nachos in Oakland. Chill. We got champagne bottles in Vegas. So if throwing champagne at players makes you more classy than throwing nachos at players, then whatever. But it happened, and I saw it. Okay?
That's not good.
Vegas getting ratchet out there, huh?
You thought
it's not scripted.
Yeah.
It's not scripted.
Yeah, that's just a bit. That's a bit much. I understand.
We have to delete this episode.
I mean, because let's flip the script. If that's Raiders in somebody else's hometown, we win, and a player comes up to a Raider fan to celebrate with them. That's the stuff they pay that good money for. You know what I mean? To get those first row tickets and things like that. It's for that type of experience, man. And you do something like that, players are now going to be less likely to come over to the fans in that first row.
Totally. If I were Kyler Murray, I would never go to the sidelines again, honestly. But on a real note, we don't condone violence. We're trying to be, make humor out of it or whatever. Right. So nobody should put their hands on anyone. But
I watched
For one,
it.
it wasn't
Okay.
confirmed that it was a Raiders fan.
No.
First of all, and second of all, it kind of did look like he was
He was
going
just
for
like,
a high five.
Yeah.
So are you saying that could have been a drunk high five?
A very drunk high five.
Could that have been a drunk high five?
Wow, that was a hell of a high
Being
five.
drunk in Vegas.
I mean,
There are
hey.
types of fans that go to the game. But no,
Hey.
I watched him. I thought maybe he was just kind of like trying to get a little hands on him.
Hey,
It looked
if
like
Renfro can fumble the ball, hey, if Renfro can fumble the ball, somebody can fumble a high five.
I like that one, Omar.
I'm gonna give that fan the benefit of the doubt right now. You heard it here first. He didn't mean to slap Kyler Murray. He was just 4 sheets to the wind trying to high five him. And shit happened.
He missed.
He missed.
He missed like a big dog.
Ready?
You know?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, boom.
Yeah,
You
one.
know?
Oh, he's got another fumble. Sorry.
See?
2 for 2.
That's kind of where we are
Wait,
right now.
we have one more fumble left.
Okay.
To snatch them.
Well, I mean, but
So no
yeah.
one called in. Oh my gosh! I was hoping to get give someone some of my therapy, my expertise that I have for everyone. Okay, well, the phone number's up there. It's still spinning around, 510-394-4409. Call us, give us your thoughts. Tell us if you're mad as hell or not.
We know they mad as hell.
Maybe you're okay with it. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean,
Is this the same? So I didn't see who asked this last question. Is this the same person? Who do you want as a QB?
No, that's the same
The
person.
same person. Okay, so I think I answered it.
Yeah.
But I guess he's saying, well, that's in the past tense, so that can't happen. So moving forward, moving forward, draft someone.
Yeah,
I think draft
I
someone.
think they do that anyway. I think Ziegler is smart enough to know, coming from over, you know what I mean, that draft somebody. You got to. I mean, I think look what they did. That was a great backup quarterback battle we had in the preseason.
So any Bay Area Raider, if you're talking about DC4, that part. That's
talking
the
about
biggest
Carr,
problem
dude
right
is
there.
mentally weak.
Biggest
I've seen some of
problem
that.
right
I can't argue against that. I really can't, because it's too many ups and downs and not a lot of consistency. So you gotta attribute that to something.
We have a caller. Who would be?
Who dares to enter?
916.
What's up, Raider Nation? You've reached 4 Life on Raider Story. Tell me why you mad as hell. Talk to me.
Caller, you are on. Manny.
Manny, what's up,
Manny? That's my homeboy, Manny.
Can you hear?
I can't hear that well. No.
I think so.
I don't see why
can hear.
not.
That's better, yeah.
Okay, talk to us, Manny.
All right, shout out Raider Nation. How y'all doing?
That's it. Yeah, keep talking, man. We can't hear him because he's not talking.
All right, so, I want to talk about Ford, man. He should have already hit a long time ago. I just don't believe in this dude.
Ah.
Ever since that injury, he's been mentally weak. Listen, man, you're a quarterback. You can't take a hit.
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I can hear him.
Yeah. But if you can't take a hit, you're scared to take a hit, man, you're not going to be sidelined or go.
Yeah.
Well, did he stop for us to comment, or?
I think so, yes.
All right, because now I agree with what he's saying. However, Raider Nation, forgive me for what I'm about to say. However, if you think of Tom Brady, if Tom Brady got banged around a lot, I think he would be doing the same thing Carr's doing. You know what I mean? Carr, he's not the toughest. He ain't no Ben Roethlisberger. He's not gonna stare down a Suggs knowing he's about to get his shit pushed in and make that throw. But in a clean pocket, he still ain't a Tom Brady. But he does need a clean pocket to work in, unlike some of the other tougher quarterbacks that we've seen in the league who can get, they'll take a licking and keep on ticking, and they never fold. And no, he's not that. So Manny, I agree with you there, but I do disagree about, I just think he does need a clean pocket. He's one of those guys.
I agree. Not only does he need a clean pocket, because, well, first of all, even when he has a clean pocket, he needs to learn to run out of the clean pocket because he doesn't do that.
To extend the play.
The other thing was when Kyler Murray had a clean pocket, he was able to figure it out. So those two strikes. Clean pocket, open, doesn't run. Clean pocket, can't figure it out, other quarterbacks do. Those are two big strikes to me.
Yeah, and I do think some of that, I at least from my opinion, some of that at least yesterday had to do with play calling. You know what I mean? But one thing Carr does, to your point, Spicy, is that if you don't see anything and you're trying to extend the play, hey, move around, man. Don't take the sack like you did in week 1. Move around a bit and throw it away. He's 9 seasons. We shouldn't have to tell him that. 9 seasons, you should have an eye in the back of your head, and it doesn't seem like Carr has that. At least he didn't in week 1. He got sacked once yesterday, and that's okay. But, I have to agree with anyone who says Carr is not that tough quarterback, especially that, I think being a Raider, I think it should be kind of a requirement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To have that pocket toughness. Yep, you're about to get hit, but you deliver that damn ball. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
I don't think we'll ever get that with Carr. But like I say, can he? I think our question is, if we give him a clean pocket, he's got the weapons, some decent play calling. Because I'm gonna keep saying that. Yesterday, I did not see any play calls that helped Carr out. I didn't see anything except for, perfect example. That play where Adams caught that Adams was in the slot and caught that touchdown pass. So we were doing something to move him around. Like I said, we got too many weapons to go vanilla. Move people around, do some things to create those matchups that you need to make some plays. And we didn't do that. So, like I said, except for that one play, god dang it. And, I'm going to get off of this. That one play, we had Adams against Buda Baker, and Carr threw the worst ball ever. Buda almost freaking intercepted that shit. I'm like, that should have been over. That should have caught him in stride, over his shoulder, in the. And he, like I said, he should have been taking that ball to that luxury suite to his grandma. But
that part.
I'm gonna get over it tomorrow. I told you I'll be over it tomorrow.
Okay, exactly. So it's a combination of his mental weakness. He's soft. Carr is soft and bad play calling. We can kind of blame both sides for that.
Yeah, if you're gonna and hey, forgive me for this, but if you're gonna play that, if you're gonna be that way, you better be a Tom Brady who can throw dimes all the time.
All the time.
Tom Brady is fragile as hell. You graze Tom Brady and you go, you know what I mean? We all know that. But like I say, I'm just making that comparison, just with all the Patriots, whatever. Like I say, forgive me for the comparison.
All right. I love all the comments, but we still have our caller on the line. Do you have any final thoughts?
Manny, holla at us. I'm gonna shut up.
¿Sí o no? Manny, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of got kicked out.
All right, no worries. Thanks for calling in, Manny. Well, hopefully, sorry. Hey, listen. We didn't have any preseason either, so we fumbling all over the place just like the Raiders. But thanks for calling.
Thanks, Manny. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Manny.
All right. So,
Okay.
guess we lose the game.
We back. Is that another caller?
It's another caller.
I heard a phone ring. I'm all calling.
It's another
Let's
caller.
talk about it. What we got?
We gonna talk
Wait,
about
did I see Sharif out there? Sharif, call, holla at your boy.
What up? What you mad as hell about?
Hey, spicy mother boo. Omar, way to roll me. It was such a pleasure meeting you this weekend. I just got to tell I basically pretty much lost my voice, but
Likewise.
For a great time out in Vegas this past weekend. I'm just like everybody else. I'm pissed about the game. And again, it's the inconsistency when it comes to our team. You know, last week we didn't score a touchdown at all in the first half, but this week we didn't score a touchdown at all in the second half. And I just feel like with somebody like Josh McDaniels, all of the weapons that we have, the money that we've invested in the skill set positions, it is just sad to watch how this offense has operated these past couple of weeks. Now, second half yesterday, you know, we have a defense on the field a lot, but you know what? The defense made the play to give the ball back to the offense. So I'm like, okay, Derek Carr, this is your shining moment. This is your time to really, you know, even get up in field goal range or to get up a touchdown. And it wasn't his fault that, of course, that Gunnar was going to fumble. But my question is, why even have a passing play at that time anyway?
Right.
Because the thing is, we were already in field goal range for Daniel Carr. But I was thinking, if you guys really go back and look at the play, I think he audibleized out of the original play and he called that play. And Derek Carr, and I've seen him say this many times in his press conferences, whenever a wide receiver that he throws the ball to drops it or fumbles it, he'll come back at him the second time to build up his confidence, which is fine. But that was the wrong time to do it. We should have ran the ball. Omar, and I think all you guys pretty much covered it. Yes, it was a play calling, but when you're the quarterback of the Louisville franchise, and you know that your offense has stalled all second half, and your defense has been left out there, and if Josh McDaniels is calling a bunch of fucked up plays, you as a quarterback have got to say, you know what? I'm going to put this on my shoulders. And that we are inept at moving the ball all half long. I'm going to scramble for 5 yards. I'm going to scramble for 10 yards. But it's almost like this guy has to have his cool pocket every time. Every single time. When is the owner is going to be put on him to say, you know what? I want to win this game. Because I did not see that fight in him for the offense second half. I saw it in Arizona. Didn't see it in us. And all I'm saying is that if this team sucks, right, season, it's going to be a long season, folks. It's going to be a long season. So
It already is. It already is, my friend. It already is.
For sure.
And I'll get off the air and I'll just let you ask some questions. I'll just get off the air.
Thank you, G.
Thank you, Raider G. We appreciate you.
Raider G. Thanks,
We
brother
put the
man.
call-up number back in. All right.
Yeah. Wait, did you put the link? You put the link in the chats too. Hey, jump on. Pull up.
Pull up.
The link is in the chat. Pull up, somebody. Let's talk about it.
The link's in the chat. The phone number.
Except for Raider Hefe. Don't you dare pull up. I'm gonna flatten your tires.
No, he's blocked. He's blocked. He is, apparently. He blocked. Okay. So Oakland Raiders says if the Raiders lose to the Titans next week, it's a wrap.
Oh,
that is a fact. That is a fact, but I think it's already a wrap.
Okay.
Man.
Okay, hold on. No, Ew. No,
Oh,
he's
I know.
blocked.
Oh, he's right there. But okay.
What?
Anyway.
What I
What's
miss? What
going
I miss
on
here?
over there?
Anyway. Well, you gotta get. Come on, you gonna give us a phone call? You gonna get on screen? I want to see your face, my brother, my friend. Come on, we want to see you because we got somebody backstage. We got somebody backstage right now, and I know he got a lot to say.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna have to say anything. I might go take a halftime where I come back with no improvement.
Oh, I think I know who this is.
Oh,
I'm excited. I'm excited.
And if you're a Derek Carr lover, you might want to tune out now.
Right? You want? Hey, pause it.
anything
My man's in there was
anything
about to.
here.
He about to let us have it.
You're gonna let us have it for sure, for sure. What's up, my friend Black Thanos?
What's up, brother man?
Thanos, let's see you.
Mic check,
Yeah,
Mic
you
check,
are. We
mic
hear
check.
you. We hear
Mic-
you.
Yeah, you.
mic check. Y'all hear me okay?
Yeah,
We hear
let's
you.
go.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna sit back and relax. You preach.
Let's go.
Oh, I got it.
3, 2, 1. You're on live. Let's go, Thanos. He's stuck.
Oh, he fumbled too. That's
Uh-uh.
three.
Wow.
That's three.
That's what we get for not doing any preseason shows.
Thanos, you didn't watch the
we
Cardinals.
neck and neck with the Raiders right now. Like shit, we fumbling and see. That's what I'm saying. Hey, we bouncing back. Hey, this all gives me hope that we gonna bounce back against Tennessee. I got my sign. I'm gonna be out there. I'm ready.
No, you can't.
I got.
Oh, you can't
You
have
gonna
your
be out there, Omar? With the
I got my sign. Quiet offense. I got my sign.
Oh,
That
one. Not
part.
the Aaron Rodgers one. Or no,
No.
not Aaron Rodgers.
Oh
What's
no
the
no.
old dude? The old country looking dude. Brett Favre.
No, not to cut the cheese. I told you that never left Oakland. That one didn't leave Oakland.
Thanos, call us back. I want to hear everything you have
Come
to say.
back home, man. We got to hear you preach, brother, man. Come on.
Line. Oh, he back, everybody. Oh, he back.
All right. Let's do this.
back.
Let's do this. They want to hear what he got to say.
He back.
Yeah, I hope you guys hear me okay. I'm actually still in Vegas. I'm like the last man standing.
Oh,
So-
there
All
you
right,
go.
talk to us. I'm gonna sit back and listen.
Well, I'm on record as early as January saying McDaniel was not the answer. I was not excited. He's always been a career failure outside of getting Brady's Gatorade and asking Belichick if he want cream in his coffee or not. He basically had no responsibilities there. He failed in St. Louis as he was the OC there, and their offense was 32nd out of 32 teams. He's the reason. Matter of fact, to this day, he's the owner of the worst collapse in the history of the Denver Broncos as they started 6-0, finished 8-8. He traded 3 picks to get Tim Tebow. He accused Brandon Marshall of faking the injury, and then when the medical reports came out that it was an actual injury, he wouldn't even apologize to the guy. But outside of that, he was never qualified. A whole bunch of hype, a whole bunch of smoke, and we're being reminded of that. You can't have a mediocre coach and a mediocre quarterback at the same time. It's not going to work. Carr is who he is, and it's almost sad and redundant. I have to tell some of these hairy leg cheerleaders and these substitute bearded mothers coddling him the same thing over and over. People will say, well, the defense didn't do this, the defense didn't do that. How in the hell is the defense expected to have an endless supply of stamina when you can't sustain drives in the second half? You scored 3 points with 4 Pro Bowlers on the field. For the last 5-6 months, I've seen all these damn memes of Waller and Adams, Renfro, Carr, mean mugging, like they death row records, ready to kick ass or do something. And all they do is lay down like Alan Carpenter and bend over with no Vaseline. That was pathetic. In fact, here's a fun fact for y'all.
Oh, really? You need to get comfortable. Go ahead.
I'm gonna need more wine.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. Yesterday, as I'm here in Vegas watching the Packer game, 5 Packer receivers had more yards than Devontae Adams. and most of them was working at Home Depot probably over the summer. Five different receivers on the Packers against the Bears, a top 10 defense, had more yards than Mr. Everything, Devontae Adams. And yet we heard all of these groupies tell us, well, they practice together all the time. They best buddies. They shower together. They do this together. What happened to all of that? I mean, you can't make this up. So I'm not going to blame the defense because the defense, I remember us stopping the Cardinals on 4th down. We got the ball back, and Carson needs to throw 3 straight incompletion. Irregardless of what the play is called, you got to complete the passes. He's throwing at the carpet. He missed a wide open Adams. I'm screaming like Rob Halford out up on the upper deck, telling him to throw deep, have some freaking balls, because I'm looking at the matchup that favors Adams. You know, the Mr. Universe, Mr. All Pro, everything. It's only going to get worse. Even if we slip by Tennessee, and people will say, well, look at Tennessee against Buffalo. That's Buffalo. Just like Kansas City humbled the hell out of Arizona last week, as Mahomes threw for 5 touchdown passes. So I put a Facebook post days ago saying anything less than 30 points and 3 touchdowns from Carr is unacceptable. And sure enough, we couldn't even score 30. We couldn't even get 3 touchdowns out of Derek Carr. We got some weak Mark Sanchez shovel pass that looked like it was improvised at the last minute. And Waller made a pretty good play. And then offense went comatose for 30 minutes in the second half. And I'm watching these Cardinal fans in the stadium just had this incredible confidence, like they knew what was coming.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, after that Nelly concert, when we were all excited halftime, you know, shaking our ass, spilling beer everywhere. And before you knew it, bam, the game is tied. Kyler Murray reminding us the benefit of having a quarterback who could use his feet and extend plays. I'm not mad at that tired defense being unable to catch him when your offense is punting.
Right.
You can't put that on the defense. And speaking of defense, I'm also on record saying Chandler Jones was a big mistake because he was much older than Ngakoue, and Ngakoue led us in sacks. It wasn't Max. They had excellent chemistry together, you know, and you destroy that, send them out.
Hold on, Black Thanos. I want to interject for a second because I want to let you keep going, but I have to interject for this comment because I totally disagree with this comment. He says, "Man, straight up hating." If you're speaking of Black Thanos right now, I don't think he's straight up hating. I think he's spitting facts, and I think we should all be mad as hell right now by these 2 losses.
But if you're not talking about Black Thanos,
tell us what you're talking about. But continue, my friend.
All right, thank you. Because sooner or later, Chandler Jones is going to end up on a milk carton. Right. He's making too much money, and Max is basically a one-man show out there. Hopkins has been doing great. The guy who led us in tackles, I can't remember his name, but the defense was exhausted. It's like being a boxer in a 12-round fight, and you win the first 5 rounds, and you start coasting, and then surprised that you lose the freaking fight because the other guy is staying aggressive. He's being offensive. He's out punching you. That's what happened to us. Yeah. You don't put up 20 points and say, all right, well, let's just go out there and punt and send the tired-ass defense back out there. And then wonder how Kyler Murray willed his team back to victory. Anybody can play quarterback. Anyone with a pulse literally can be designated as quarterback. But not everyone can lead a team. Kyler Murray led that team. Even with a limited skill set, even with the odds against him, even in a hostile environment, he led his team. That was the biggest difference. Carr basically was just out there inhaling oxygen and taking up space in the second half. That's all he was doing. We did not bring Devontae Adams over here for 2 catches and 12 yards. That's beyond.
Yeah, that's bad. That is bad. They didn't run the ball, so they got no catches from Devontae. They didn't run the ball, like,
the team like 400.
And it's only going to get worse because we're officially in last place.
That's the only thing I'm hoping you're wrong about. Come on, Thanos. I hear you, but come on, man. I gotta hope. Wait, I got two things. And there's been coaches who have stunk it up their first time as a head coach and did well their second time. Can we just hope that that's McDaniels right now? I get the fact that you don't believe it.
This is not.
And then here's the other negative fact that I think could be a positive. Everybody damn near from the Belichick tree of coaches have stunk it up. Hopefully McDaniels is gonna be the first that doesn't. Yeah, I'm being optimistic.
But wait, Omar, what you're saying is, though, which I don't really care for, is that we have to wait till next season to figure out if he's a second-year success, and if he's not, then wait a third season.
I don't think there'll be a third season. Now that I don't think
there'll be a third season either, but I don't want to wait to find out, is my point.
Well, but then if you don't, then you got to get optimistic like me and hope McDaniels does well. Like, come on, man, turn it around. Do something different.
Well, he not only has the Belichick curse working against him, but I've said this also. No Raider coach with a head visor ever done a damn thing. Going back to Lane Kiffin, Dennis Allen, Gruden too, and now this idiot who's basically a less vulgar version of John Gruden. He's looking like a damn homicide detective on the sideline, except the Raiders are the victim. The way he charmed and disarmed Mark Davis to get that job is pathetic. And I think the only good thing that this administration has done, these Patriots, is the way they structured Carr contract, whereas this year is his only year of guaranteed money.
Right.
Because as of February after the Super Bowl, God forbid, we end up 7-10 or something like that, which I'm getting a feeling we will. They can cut ties with number 4 and don't owe him a freaking dime.
But Thanos, tell me this, because I know that's a fact, and I spoke on this earlier, but I really don't think they're going to do that.
Mark Davis doesn't want it because he has that much influence on the organization. This organization is basically Carr Incorporated now. And
I don't think they're getting rid of him. They're going to let that ride. They're going to waste all that cap money. They're going to give him all his money.
Because we're going to all show up.
Because Baby Davis can't think and doesn't know how to run a business. He doesn't have the cojones to draft somebody else or step up to the plate and make some moves. He over there celebrating the WNBA championship while the Raiders getting their ass kicked in overtime.
Wow. Yes. Unbelievable. And with Denver coming up, the way KC looks and the way we look, they will put 60 up on us. And that's not totally against the defense.
Damn.
What I mean is they will shut down the offense so bad because Reed already got Carr figured out. He's 3-13 against the Chiefs for his lifetime. The way they look and we look, it will be a massacre. It will be worse than last year.
Damn.
Because if the Cardinals can totally negate Devontae Adams, imagine what Andy Reid can do. And also, Murray didn't even have his number 1 wide receiver in Hopkins. Just like Murray didn't have his number 1 receiver.
Hey, I was thinking about that. I'm like, damn.
This guy got the most weapons. I mean, he's like the guy with a Bugatti and don't even have a driver's permit. That's what we're dealing with.
Let me ask you this, because this is where I am. And I know optimistic Omar's not there. I don't think Raider Rosie's there yet. I'm not sure where Mother Moon stands, but I think the season's a wrap. What do you think?
I'm giving it one more game.
Barring any catastrophic injuries to our division rivals, because if they haven't figured this out yet, if Derek Carr's longtime best buddy can't bring a immediate spark, and you see Tua in Miami, that's someone you could say all he needed was a true number 1 wide receiver. We've been hearing that excuse forever from the groupies.
Forever.
Now he's the number 1 receiver.
Excuse every single time. New excuse every single time.
So it's tiring. So as tough as this division is, and we see the gap between the Chargers and Chiefs and us, I don't think we get in. Even if we're over 500, I don't see us getting in.
I don't see the Raiders. Look, listen. I said this earlier when the Bills were playing, and they're like destroying when they're destroying the other team, which I think the Bills are probably going to win the Super Bowl, and maybe if would have won it last year was for a coin flip. I said this earlier. There is no way the Raiders are getting past them or even making it into the playoffs.
You did say that.
It's too much. It's too much. They can't handle it. They can't handle it.
I agree, and it's gonna have to. It's gonna, we're suffering again. 0-2 after a whole bunch of hype and smoke, and people twerking online and getting all excited. And this is the reality again. He is who he is after 9 years. We've completely overhauled this team many times over. He's the last man standing. He's the most senior player here and the highest paid Raider in the history of the organization. Everything falls on his head, whether he likes it or not. They went out of their way to appease him and brought his college buddy over here and gave him record-breaking money.
Yeah.
And that same guy gets 12 yards in a home opener after you lose the game. Now, had we beat the Chargers, this wouldn't sting as much.
Right.
But after you get embarrassed with 5 turnovers, now was out there too for that debacle. And you can't even score more than 3 points in the second half with all those weapons.
Yeah.
You're
That's
punting.
what I said. You're up to 20-0, and then you go lose to 20. Then you get outscored 29-3, and you expect to have us believe you're a Super Bowl caliber team. You have us expect to believe that you're a top 10 quarterback. You have us to expect that you're an elite organization. Y'all delusional.
Yeah, yes. It's somebody has to say it. He's basically Tony Romo with a Bible. That's it.
The Bible.
I mean, Romo was with Dallas for 14
Tony
years.
Romo with a Bible.
Tony Romo with a Bible. Wow.
That's who he is. He's reached his ceiling. And there were people online saying, well, the offense isn't going to score 30 points all the time. It's up to the defense. Derek Carr's career, he averages 21.4 points per game as the starter for the Raiders. That's what we average, 21.4. The league
It's not good enough.
Right. The league average as of 2021 is 24.8. We're not even we're below average. We're not even average as far as the league offensive output.
No, you're losing by a field goal at least every single game.
Right. So if we know this, how can you put that on the defense? This is one of the very few times.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that, too. It's not the defense's fault. The defense can't be on the field for 9 minutes in the fourth quarter, lose a coin toss, expected to come back on defense and not be tired as hell because we all mad as hell and then think like, oh, the defense isn't good enough. No. The defense, like I said earlier, should have been in the locker room before the overtime even started. The game should have been a wrap by then.
Exactly. And the people in my section are witnesses, Angela. When he almost threw that interception, and thank God that Cardinal guy had lousy hands.
Right.
Sitting there, I'm screaming, bring Carlson out. I didn't care what down it was. Because I know Carlson could make that field goal where we were at, because he's done it many times before. I said, we're flirting with disaster. 2 plays later, the Renfro play happened.
Yeah.
We could have ended that game. No, I guess he wanted the narrative, or he wanted the stat pad or whatever. Game over. So his failure in leadership and poise, as Murray led his team and Carr was just basically out there, that's the biggest difference. It ain't. And sometimes people just measure his performance by turnovers or whatever. It's not his fault. No, if you can't turn the tide, if you can't turn up the offense, you can't turn things around for us. It's time for us to, make a change.
Right.
And he's had more grace than any other quarterback I know. Even if he wins the last 15 games by some crazy miracle, he would finally be 500 for his career after 9 years.
Wow.
He's 15 games under 500.
That is that.
15-2. Congratulations. We have a career.
Can I say Can I say this, Black Thanos? Because I kind of made this point earlier, and I get the Derek Carr argument. I get it. However, that is horrible. But like I was trying to say earlier, it's not just his fault, right? I think it starts from the top. It's a shitty organization. The constant turnover of head coaches, the constant turnover of offensive coordinators. If you run any business, you can't change over your CEO and your vice president, your CFO every year and expect your presidents to meet their numbers. Okay, so we can't, in my opinion, we can't just put that on Carr. We got to start way above that and be like, that's what happens when you work for a shitty company.
Yeah, that you have a point there, but you also cannot lead the entire league in turnovers and think that's helping the company. That's just like you losing money for a financial firm leading in financial deficits and thinking you helping the company for 9 years and all you're doing is losing money. He leads everyone in turnover. Ball security is still an issue with him, as we saw in LA. I mean, they completely took his heart. 5 turnovers in one game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you remember.
Surprised by that? I feel like I'm not even surprised by that because you got Bosa on one side, you got Mac on the other side, which I personally think they never should have got rid of Mac, and then you had and Herbert played in preseason, correct? Am I wrong or no?
Yes, he got towards he played a little bit. Yeah.
So he got some snaps. So they've got better. They've got this better team, really, if we're being honest here, and they've got a coach that has decided to put them into practice, and then you've got the Raiders on the other side who just think, I don't know, we like drafted Devontae Adams and all of a sudden we're gonna win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, man, and yeah, he would have won one maybe if Aaron came with him. Aaron's not here, and I'm sure Devontae's probably looking at his phone like, what the heck did I just do? I mean, even Randy Moss had 1,000 yards with us, and then those were some really bad teams. That might be the fate of Devontae because Carr don't have the aggressive killer gene. He's
does not. Definitely does not.
He still don't know how to get out of the pocket. You know, he's fragile psychologically, blocking people on Twitter, saying little passive aggressive stuff, having this victim complex. He might be traumatized because of what happened to his brother's career, but even his brother was projected to be a much bigger star than him. But he's been given endless grace, and I've never seen anything like it in football. Because there's been many quarterbacks drafted higher than him and got the same excuses. Mariota went through 3 different head coaches in Tennessee and 4 different coordinators, and then got hurt, and nobody coddled him or gave him a ton of excuses. He got shipped out of there. It happens in this business. I'm sure if you talk to Jameis Winston and a bunch of other quarterbacks, they would love to give you a ton of excuses why their career is where it is right now.
So Thanos, we have a question from you from our caller earlier. We appreciate you. By the way, if you haven't already before we answer the question, if you haven't already liked this show, like that torch, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, come join us on YouTube, and we are accepting memberships now, so please become a member. But we have a caller that came in earlier, Manny, Bay Area Raider. He asked you, Black Thanos, who should replace Carr?
Who should replace him? Well, you have to grab someone, do your
That's
work.
what I said. That's what I said.
Do you know how many draft picks we had just in the last few years? I mean, first round draft picks.
Right.
Herbert was taken, Burrow was taken. All of these big names. We had so much trade capital because of extra picks.
Thanos, let me tell you this. The drafting is so bad. The Raiders cannot draft for shit. The drafting was so bad that Alex Leatherwood had an offsides this last game.
Yeah, but that's such a disingenuous, silly question, and I don't mean disrespect. Who should replace Carr? Look, if I'm the GM, there's a ton of trades I can make to replace Derek Carr.
This part right here, Black Thanos, can you see the screen? It says Raiders till death Carr wants to please the coaches too much. It's impossible. It's possible. Well, this is probably if possible. Me off look at Brady and seeing him throw a clipboard at the coaches before. Okay, I know what he's saying. It's very very like hard to read, but what he basically saying was, which I agree with, is Carr is too accommodating to the coaches. It's like
Right.
bend over and I'll take it.
Right.
And I will not make anything else happen because you're paying me. I'm not going to lose my job that way.
Right.
But I would like to see him take some risk and move around. Omar,
Yeah,
even
Rich Gannon.
I feel like you've got something on your mind. You have anything to say to add to this?
Yeah, just to follow up on your point briefly, Rich Gannon used to battle with Gruden all the time, but he had an alpha personality. Carr's more of a people pleaser. You don't want to rock the boat. I mean, this is a man who lives right next door to Gruden. I've never seen that in professional sports where the head coach lives next door to the captain of the team.
We're gonna let Omar interject for a minute. I know I can see his brain boiling.
No, well, I'm just gonna start with talking about Gannon, because I remember Gannon has said plenty times that Carr needs to get more fired up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Carr needs to be more vocal. Basically, Carr needs some leadership skills. So you heard that a lot out of Gannon. Gannon was hella cerebral too. So, I mean, you have to, just like in any job, okay, if you're going to get fired up, you better be able to back it up, though. You better be hella good at your job, and you better know what the hell you're talking about. So could that be why Carr isn't so vocal? I don't know. But we do know he does not near have the leadership skills that Gannon had. And, he's got, and you would think about, if you compare him with Gannon, he's got the bigger arm, but fuck, Gannon would kill you 10, 20, 30 yards all day. But me, as you said earlier, I'm definitely not ready to write off this team. Carr is going to be what he's going to be. I still think about Carr when we went to the playoffs and he got hurt right before. I think about that season, which was his best work. You know what I mean? Like that season with Musgrave, I'm just thinking, damn, go get the Musgrave playbook. He knows the shit. It worked well. This offense, I don't think is too far from that. But I am stretching when I make that statement because I don't have photographic memory. But, he is what he is. I don't think Carr is going to be better than what we have seen, but can he just do his best work, which is, like I said, we've seen his best work. Can he just put it all together? That's all I want to see. You know what I mean? You don't have to be greater than what you ever was, but can you just put it together in a season and carry it over into the playoffs? You know what I mean? We've seen worse quarterbacks win Super Bowls. And I hate to make that statement. I remember my boy Scotty Waddy made that statement. You know what I mean? But we don't have that monster of a defense.
Right.
Do we need it? Do we need it? I think we need a very smart offensive play caller. I thought McDaniels, and I guess I'm still hoping McDaniels is that. It's so easy. I think we were talking about another one of Brady's coordinators being the head coach. I'm like, That's like driving an autonomous vehicle. I don't trust your license. Like, you're not proven if you coach Brady because he's a self-driving automobile. It's easy then. You gotta play chess when you got a guy like Carr. You have to help him. And if McDaniels don't understand that, yes, then I am like, the season will be lost because he has to understand that, you know what? I'll take a point that Thanos was making and take it a little bit further. And I think some other people are making that when, you compare how Kyler Murray threw the team on his back and won that game. Carr has the ability to change plays. He's got the ability to read that defense and do some things. We see him do it a little bit. I mean, the best quarterback to ever do that was for the Colts. God dang it, Manning. Manning was the best guy at the line of scrimmage to totally be a coach and play chess with his guys. Can Carr get a little bit better at that? I mean, he's gonna need to be. I mean, if you think about how many incomplete passes he's thrown in the last 2 games, I mean, God dang it, I keep talking about that one to Devontae. He could have gave his grandma the game ball. That one that Buda Baker almost made. I mean, finally we saw Adams one-on-one with wait, ain't Buda Baker a safety?
Wow.
I was like, wait, he one-on-one against a safety, and you throw that bad of a ball. So I'm just like, what can McDaniels do to help?
But remember, that's not Carr's fault. That's the offense fault. That's the coach's fault. That's the defense fault.
Oh, but mark this. Okay, it's September 19th at 10:04 p.m.
Black
Pacific Coast time, and Black Thanos is not blaming something on Carr. That's gonna be a tricky question.
I think he was being a little facetious there. I don't think he meant that literally.
Oh, okay, but it's still gonna be a tricky question.
I mean, because when it comes down to something like that, when you got your number one receiver on a freaking safety, that's all day.
Right.
Quarterbacks make a living off of those plays like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a dream matchup. That's like having your tight end on a, you know what I mean? And your tight end is on a, he's out there and you got the slowest linebacker on him. Oh, you want those kind of matchups. You want to pick on the guy who's the second quarterback or the backup. Oh, they just changed out to the backup safety. You definitely want to pick that matchup up. And those are the type of things that, like I say, is Carr not making that call. I see him do it sometimes where he sees that he changes the play at the line of scrimmage because, there's a matchup I love. But then when you got the matchup and you still throw it to Buda Baker, Omar go crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I could have done that.
And I almost never see Carr change the play at the line of scrimmage, by the way.
No, he does every now and then.
Almost never.
Right. I mean, but like I said early on, is this because they should have been playing during the preseason? Should they have gotten a few quarters in with a whole new offense? I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say hell yeah.
Zane, you got to be running your own offense. You got to be figuring that every other quarterback is running their own shit.
Yeah. And that's a good question. Manning had his own playbook. He went to a whole nother team, but they don't tell him what offense to run. He came with his book like, hey, this is what I do. I bet you Brady is like, hey, here, this is what I'm going to do. Find a coordinator that can do this with me. You know what I mean?
But the other aspect is if a quarterback that's younger that doesn't come in with that yet, they are able to adapt and make moves, and Carr didn't.
Right.
But he's not, what is this, 9th season? Yeah, this is Carr's 9th season. Right. I mean, Carr should know. I'm sure that conversation happened of what do you do best. If you're not a good coach if you don't have that conversation with every player. What do you do best so that you can put them in the best position possible so that you can win the game?
So can I ask something? Because I feel like this is actually really profound and maybe something we didn't think about. To your point, Omar, because Carr how many coaches has Carr had? 4? Is it 4? I really don't know. I'm asking.
I think it's more than that. Let's count it up now. Dennis Allen was 1.
Let's just say 4 to 6. So to your question, you're saying why doesn't the coach ask that, right?
I'm sure they do though.
But why haven't 4 or 5 or 6 coaches? 7. He said 7. So if you're saying why doesn't the coach ask that? Why haven't 7 coaches asked that? And again, if we're coming back to why does a quarterback that has been in the league for 9 years have 7 coaches? Because it goes back to this shitty organization. Oh my God, my brain's starting to hurt.
They're gone.
Yeah, but the flip side to that is through 7 professional head coaches, none of them well, maybe with the exception of Del Rio, but
Del
that,
Rio
that,
and
that was that,
Musgrave.
that was a deep team as well. Crabtree, Cooper, Latavius Murray. He had a top three O line. A lot of groupies have revisionist history. Say, well, he never had a great O line. Hell no, yes he did.
Raiders
You
down
know, his
under.
O line was
Must be morning from
one of the best.
Australia.
Like 4 or 5. What do you say?
Raiders down under. Must be morning in Australia. What I want to see is RB by committee. We saw a little last week with Abdullah. Then we just stopped, even though it was working. Also, I want to see Derek Carr run a little more, like
Sure.
Stidham did. Yeah. We want to see.
I mean, Carr doesn't even have to run. You could just move a bit.
Maneuver.
Here we go. You cannot extend a play by standing in the same place. Can
Right.
we just say that? Like
No.
you need to throw it away, or you do need to move your feet and understand where the pass rush is coming from. On that, you're going to get sacked hella times. You know what I mean? So luckily, he only had one sack yesterday, but everything else was bad.
Right.
So,
Which means that he didn't even have the excuse of being under extreme pressure.
no, he wasn't. No, the line held up much better against
Right.
Arizona than they did against LA.
Let me ask both of you a question. Okay, so I think he's alluding off what I was saying. Oakland Raiders, true organizational. I think he wanted to say bomb. I don't know if I'm wrong. Let me know.
Bad.
But okay, let's move forward because we can sit here and criticize everything, right? Because that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. But let's move forward. Okay, let's move way forward. We're talking about a shitty organization, and we're complaining about how they suck. Those are facts. In your guys' opinion, how do we actually, as casting couches, which is Omar's show, how do we actually
Couch
figure
GMs?
this out and move it forward? I'm asking that to you.
Well, I mean, number one, from here, right now,
right now.
You're praying that McDaniels and Ziegler combination turns out halfway decent.
Hold on. So the hope is prayer?
Well, we're 2 games in. Right now, we're 2 games in. So just like me as a fan, if I'm the owner, I'm still hoping my picks as coach and GM works out because we're 2 games in. But like I say, if it doesn't, I mean, where did Mark Davis go wrong? I mean, you had Harbaugh. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people didn't like Harbaugh. I did. I wanted to have Harbaugh be our coach. A guy who was successful at pros and successful at college. I was like, I'm Harbaugh all the way. Team Harbaugh here still is. But I'm not going to lie. I bought it. Okay, McDaniels. All right, I'm going to buy in. You know what I mean? Let's hope. Let's see what he does. He was saying a few good things. Nope, it ain't going to be the Patriot way. He said that, and I ate it up big time. I was hoping he would say something like that. But, I mean, you as an owner right now, you got to hope your team pulls it out. You got to hope you want to stand behind the people you pick.
Can I ask, so he said it's not going to be the Patriots way? Because I missed that.
Yeah, McDaniels was saying no because people were throwing that Patriots way, and he was like, we're going to do our own thing, and I like that. I like what he was trying to say.
Okay, so it's not going to be the Patriots way, and I get as Raiders fans, we all hate the Patriots, and I get the whole history of it. I understand, but don't the Patriots have Super Bowls?
There's that. That's
Sure.
Okay,
but
so
didn't the Super Bowl your way?
I want you to take your Super Bowl mentality from the team we freaking hate and bring it to Oakland. And yeah, you saw that, you heard that, and give us some of those.
Yeah, right, but I don't think that's what he was talking about when he said that. I just think he was going to, hey, I want to win those Super Bowls my way. That's kind of how I took it. You know what I mean?
I don't care how you win them.
I don't want to be I'm not a Belichick clone.
Well, the Belichick clone doesn't
even though in his first stint he got caught cheating, and he was at Denver becoming a Belichick clone.
I don't know. Do I agree with that part? No. I don't know if I agree with that part. I want to see. By the way, I've never even seen a Raiders Super Bowl, so I would like to see one in my lifetime. So there's that. Second of all, I get the cheating thing because if you're gonna cheat, Cheat like a fucking man and put some razor blades in your gloves. Don't cheat like a woman and deflate the ball, okay?
Wow.
Pull out a blade out of here once in a while.
No. Okay, fair enough. Pull out the razor blade. Don't deflate the ball.
There's some women that are offended because they're like, "Hey, we can cheat just as good as men."
No, that's what I said. But I guess I said that wrong. But I'm saying, yeah, do it. I only said men because I know the Raiders did it that way. That's why I alluded it to it that way.
Right. Not offended, just a chit check.
Yeah.
I could slice a girl too, or a guy. Doesn't matter.
Anyway, pull out the razor blade. Don't deflate the ball if you're gonna cheat. That's my point.
Yeah.
McDaniel's gotta show us, can he play chess or is he playing checkers? Because the last 2 weeks, man, he's playing checkers.
No, Omar, Connect 4.
Huh?
Connect 4.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, because I know the only play I can talk about the defense was that damn 2-point conversion when you got 2 300-pound guys chasing after Murray. I'm like, who the hell called that play? That was the only between that and Jones, that was my only questions about the defense. Do you guys remember that? I mean, I'm looking at who's putting pressure on freaking Murray, and it's was it like Hankins and Bilal or some shit? I'm like, what?
Wow.
I was like, if they catch him, dude, if they caught him, I was gonna go buy their jersey.
But notice after that play, the offense couldn't answer like a real team would.
Oh yeah.
When you see your opponent creeping up on you, that's when you fire back, especially with the weapons we got. Back in the day, the excuse was either you don't have a true number one, or they used to say Cooper and Crabtree dropping too many passes. They always passing the buck on someone else. We couldn't answer. We watching them come back. Offense go on the field and lay a freaking egg. Do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So as we had a 20-point cushion at one point in time, and you're watching Kyler Murray get closer and closer, your job is to respond on offense, not punt the ball and make your defense run back out there after a minute and 10 seconds.
Because you know them big boys need to rest after chasing Murray around. Them big fellas needed a break, and we didn't give it to them.
Shout out right now to G-Tel4AA for the $2. Make you holla. $2 make you holla. Well, at least the Titans look bad too. Okay, yeah, they got their ass. What was it like? That was like 60-0. I know that's not the exact score.
Yeah, but the Cardinals looked just as bad last week against the Chiefs. It's just a gap between us and some of these other AFC teams. That's Buffalo beating them.
The Cardinals aren't good, and they should have lost against the Raiders, and the Chiefs are actually good and should have beat the Cardinals. That falls in line.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of how they beat them, whereas Tyreek Hill is in Miami and Mahomes throws 5 touchdown passes, and we got 4 Pro Bowlers, and we barely get 2 out of number 4. You see what I mean? It's like, what? How does that happen? But when you're that much better, Mahomes that is, than Carr is, you can do that. So it doesn't matter who your personnel is; it's business as usual. So to me, when I watch the Chiefs and the Chargers go at it out here, that's to me that's the division right there. Whoever wins that battle is going to take the division.
100%.
They on such another level.
The Raiders are fighting for 4th.
Yeah, right. The basement, the battle to stay out the basement. That's what we doing.
Totally. Let me ask this to the chat line. Does Carr win a Super Bowl?
Nope.
Ask that to the challenge. Does Carr win a Super Bowl? Ever. And it really what that means is, do the Raiders win a Super Bowl?
That is what that means.
As Carr as the quarterback, because they're likely not willing to get rid of him, even though he's only under contract through this year. He can go several more, which I think they're going to keep him. So if you think Carr doesn't win a quarterback, you think the Raiders probably don't win a quarterback until
Not a quarterback. Win
a Super Bowl. Excuse me. Thank you, Mother Moon. Until what? 5 years from now, if possible, and then you have to draft somebody to develop the talent to do it. Oh my! Am I dead yet?
Well, yeah, that's what the Bengals did.
I don't know.
Yeah, right? Am I dead?
Hey, the Bengals are 0-2 as well. I mean, they're in the Super Bowl last year, and they're 0-2 right now as well. That says something, man.
Right, but they still don't have an O line. They didn't have an O line last year, and they was able to get away with it. I mean, he's been sacked about 8-9 times already, Joe Burrow. So and they led the team. Matter of fact, he was the most sacked quarterback a year ago and took their team to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow.
So Thanos, let me ask you this. Let me ask you Thanos. Question to you: Was the Joe Burrow era, if you will, which is like 2 years, but is the Joe Burrow say Super Bowl appearance, was that a fluke? Was that a one-hitter?
No, because they had to win those games, and
What about the whole like Lamar Jackson conversation?
Concerning what in particular Lamar Jackson? Well, he has the accolades. He has a winning record. He's been to multiple playoffs. He has a MVP. He don't fit everyone's ideal type of QB, but the game is evolving. Everything in existence evolved. This ain't 1972 where you're standing still like the Statue of Liberty or trying to be Bob Greasy. It's a different game. You got men who weigh 270 pounds, 280 pounds, who can run like a 4.5, a 4.7, 4.8. We watch Carr look like a deer in headlights in LA because he don't know how to escape the pocket. So Lamar Jackson gets results. And even in a loss, he put up some damn points. They didn't put up no pitiful 3 points in a whole half of football. You're gonna score points with a Lamar Jackson as your quarterback.
Totally. Well, same thing. Everybody moves. This is the biggest thing I'm seeing anyway, is like the quarterbacks that can move, that can make adjustments. This is my problem with Carr. And it's not, I thought it was Gruden, actually. I thought it was Gruden that was saying, you know what I'm going to say, right? Yeah. I thought it was Gruden telling Carr, this is the play I'm calling, and if it doesn't happen, I'm going to obey you because you're my master. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to throw it away. But then you see that over and over and over again. So it's like, maybe it wasn't Gru. Maybe it's just this, like, come on, man. I don't want a submissive quarterback. Make some fucking moves. Grow some cojones. Take the leader. Grab him by the balls and make your team good.
Carr problem is something that can't be fixed, and the origin of it goes back to after his injury. I'll never forget that. He said when he talked about that incident, he said the first thing he thought about was his family and stuff. That shook him up because he saw his brother's career go left due to being physically punished and all that type of stuff. When he was younger, 2015, he would move.
Let me ask you this, because Carr's comments bother me more than his play, to be honest. So if he's saying shit like that, why don't you as an organization absorb that and understand and hear it and go, okay, this guy is never going to be able to do it. Actually, I just thought of this. He could probably be great. The only one that's holding himself back is himself. Because he has that. He doesn't have the Mamba mentality. Take that fucking sleeve off. You're great, Kobe Bryant. Take the sleeve off. You don't have the Mamba mentality. You know what I mean? Like
Mamba's mentality. Yeah.
Like Kobe mad as hell right now. Drink.
Mad as hell.
Right.
Shit. I think I asked a question there if you want to respond, but I don't really remember.
No, I agree totally, and his issue is mental, and that was in his scouting report coming out of Fresno, that he tends to panic, that he loses composure, he don't handle pressure well. It's 10 years later, and we're still seeing that. When he had a great O-line in 2015, 2016, 2017, it was hitting somewhat. And of course, he had two great wide receivers at the time. But unless everything is perfect, he's a game manager at best. And thus far, he's been managing to lose by turning the ball over more than anybody in the league in the last 9 years. Those are the facts. So all these emotional dudes trying to breastfeed him and coddle him just need to accept the facts. I'm too old to be believing in dreams and Santa Claus or like Linus waiting on the great pumpkin to take us to the Super Bowl. I pretty much, this kid has reached his ceiling already. And unless you have the AFC Pro Bowl team, I'm not even sure he can lead that team to the Super Bowl.
Ooh, damn. It's like that.
Because if you can't
I agree with you. I don't even think you're wrong.
If you can't beat a Kyler Murray without his number one target in your own building on a home opener after an embarrassing loss in LA, and all across the league we watching people put up numbers, including Josh Allen, who also moves around. That's what makes Josh so great. He's like a big Ben Roethlisberger who has feet. That's why I've always called Carr Lieutenant Dan, because he got no legs. And you're not, and you can only do for so much when you're bringing that handicap on yourself, plus poor decision making, panicking, throwing into triple coverage against the Cincinnati Bengals on 4th down outside the end zone with the season on the line. Stuff like that you can't coach. That's like a mental issue with them.
All right, Black Thanos, really quickly, because you and I are gonna stay on for a little bit longer if you don't mind, but we're gonna get Omar his last thoughts in because he gotta catch it. Oh, I don't want to tell his business, but he got shit to do tomorrow.
I'm just gonna start making my way to Tennessee. That's all. You know
what
I mean?
Really quick, Omar. Before you get into it, I'm gonna give you your last call, but I do want to acknowledge this from Ghost Sniper 35 Gaming, $20. Thank you so much. And maybe Omar, you could address this if you want. Do you blame more the coaching for going away from the run in the second half, or put more blame on Carr? For me, it's coaching. All we needed was 5 yards or more to bring Carlson. We should never have been in this situation. I think so you get it?
I do,
Okay.
and I think I'm just gonna take that just a little bit further. I mean, especially with coaching. I'm about to make an excuse for Renfro because I was shocked to see Renfro fumble, and I think a lot of that is rhythm, and I think your play calling helps get everybody in the rhythm. I think these types of matchups. I think getting a Renfro in there a little early. Do you guys remember? I don't think Renfro had a target thrown at him until what? Late second or something like that? Third or something like that. Yeah. So I think definitely when I say my number one blame goes right to coaching. He's got to get these people in the game. Yes. Why do you dude, when we saw the 53-man roster, what did we see? More running backs than we ever have. So what's the expectation? Hell of running. Hell of running by committee.
5, right?
Yeah. And a fullback.
And they're not running. Okay.
And so, hell yeah. I mean, like I say, I'm like, my expectation is like that we are playing chess. No, and we are ground and pound, baby.
Chess or Connect 4?
And so, yeah, it's definitely start with the coaching. Like I say, I have to blame Carr too because, hey, Carr, man, get yourself in the game. You read the defense. And if you guys didn't notice, there's this one play where Carr reads the defense. He changes the play, and it worked perfectly for the blocking assignment. They picked up the blitz. Dude, you need to be consistent when you do this. You have to, like I say, the coach is why do they have that wristband? They got a whole bunch of shit they can that they could, you know what I mean? That they could change the play into an audible, all kinds of good stuff. He's got to do more of that. Now, would have been playing in the preseason help all that? I'm going to say hell yeah. like I said earlier too, Carr, you got to throw dimes, bro. You know what I mean? He's not. He's not. You get the matchup. It's one thing to change the play or call a play and get the matchup you want, but if you ain't gonna make the throw, it's all for nothing. It was a beautiful concept, but the result was incomplete pass that almost got intercepted. So that's kind of my final thoughts. And my optimism definitely wants to see us get our shit together. I want McDaniels to be this chess player in that offense because we don't have the Baltimore defense of 2000 and all the we don't have that. So we're going to need a very balanced approach. We need our offense to sustain drives. We got to take. Nobody has to tell a 9-year vet to take care of the ball.
Right.
Carr said, "Oh, I was being a little bit too aggressive." No, man, be aggressive and take care of the ball. What? Wow. You can't handle multiple thoughts because you can't do both. You can be very aggressive and still take care of the ball. So I totally disagree when he said that. Oh, I was being a little aggressive. No, dude, you're a 9-year vet. You're you play a contact sport. You better always be aggressive. But you always should be taking care of the ball. So that's my thoughts, man. I want to see us win.
Hold on. I know you got to wrap it up, but I actually think this is a good time to wrap it up because it's 2 hours into the show.
Yep.
So I think this is a good time to wrap. If we want to continue the conversation this week, we would love to have you back, Black Thanos. Omar, let's do it again.
Yes.
All right.
We appreciate you, Thanos. You're always welcome here. You know we love you.
Yes, sir. I love to hear from you, bro.
Love it. I appreciate it. We all suffering in the same support group, so we need each other. So
yeah. This is it. But we go out one way and only one way. And Spicy Girl and Mother Moon, La Familia. Hey, we be talking all kinds of junk because, that's how we do. But we Raiders fans forever. Let's go. Raider Nation.
Continue next time.
See you next time.